I am back again. We are going to be hosting, casting eonzerg, trutacz. Yeah, what we basically need to do is wait until they start the game and then we can get going. The really cool thing is, basically I now have a cup of tea. I just had a biscuit. Okay, trutacz is going to be annoying. Damn, you know what? Like, what the hell, dude? Like, Shamtu, you're right there. That's not the rules. Trouble is, I can't message Shamtu because he's on DND. Are you both checked in and burning? Okay, let's see if trutacz will let me in his game. If he doesn't, I'm actually going to be annoyed. Because Eon said I could cast and I've waited around. I would have just gone and played otherwise, to be honest. Oh, 1 second. Okay, so my phone went at the completely wrong time, but we do in fact have a Zerg versus Zerg. We do have in the top right corner 2 o'clock position on Neo Jade, IFU's eonzerg. My microphone is going all over the place, I really need a new headset. And of course, in the bottom right, we do have his opponent, in the 5 o'clock position, of course, still on Neo Jade. We have trutacz, or trutacz, as Sale calls him. Both of them droning up. They've actually both droned up to 9, so they will be getting an overlord. We very much likely see an overpull out of both players, unless they both decide to go 12 hatch, which would be absolutely insane. I'm just going to bring up my dashboard. But this is, of course, a ZVZ. We do see the Overlord has popped. eonzerg slightly behind mining compared to trutacz, actually 8 minerals behind. Everything adds up, but we do see the spawning pool starting for both players. How close in time was that? So 155. So despite having the more efficient mining, eonzerg's spawning pool is ever so slightly behind. Oh no, wait, is that exactly the same time? No, it is like about half a second in front, so if they both do decide to go for some kind of aggression, that would actually favour eonzerg in this position, as his slings would be able to get out and towards trutacz's base beforehand. So trutacz, going from this overpull, is actually going to go straight up to a hatchery, also on 11, not building that 12th drone, alongside eonzerg. So both of them going mirror builds as well in this mirror matchup. eonzerg does put his guys in gas just now. Can't actually see the amount of gas that's been mined, but we can of course see that trutacz did start mining his gas ever so slightly quicker. Will he get link speed at 100 gas, or will he go straight into lair? Both players look to be quite content. I imagine they're droning up here. No, so eonzerg will actually go with the aggression with the 6 lings against the 4 of trutacz, and trutacz will go straight into that lair alongside eonzerg. So skipping 2 lings may cost trutacz a little bit here, depending on how well this engagement does actually go for eonzerg. eonzerg not really sure what's going on. He does see the lair coming up, and he saw the 4 lings leaving. Another 2 lings do pop there slightly later, but eonzerg, rather than pushing out, is actually going to defend. His overlord is only in a position to actually see when they leave the hatchery, but he can't see what's going on at the natural, so for all he knows, trutacz is actually going to be running up towards his base right now. He will actually see everything that's going on now. He'll see the hatchery finish, so it looks like trutacz's hatchery is like a millisecond or so faster than eonzerg's there. The lair should be finishing up soon for both players. Both players continuing to add on a few extra lings. trutacz may need to think about moving this overlord away as soon as he sees the spire. There goes the lair for eonzerg and trutacz, so very well timed builds from both of them. Trutacz is actually 2 supply ahead, where he's opted, I believe, to build another 2 sets of zerglings. There are about 12 here. Yeah, so it looks like he did actually opt to add a few extra zerglings on, maybe worried about some aggression coming out of eonzerg. eonzerg, meanwhile, does look like his main is quite well saturated. Looks like he has about 1 more drone than trutacz as well, but trutacz does find himself 4 supply up, and actually managed to click there and turn off the turn off everything as well. So, of course, if you're just tuning in, this is the semi-final for Sham 2's Have At You tournament. On his stream he is hosting Dandy versus Bonith, and I have the pleasure of casting a ZVZ between eonzerg and trutacz. So fun on both streams, tune in to whichever one you prefer. trutacz kind of gone a little bit overboard on the amount of lings he's building, unless he's going for some kind of ling all-in off of his lair. He is adding a spire, it's at 526. eonzerg's spire is slightly further ahead, so that's going to give him an ever so slight advantage. He has added a lot of zerglings on himself, but it's kind of crazy. They seem to be mirroring everything. Like, even their ling count is exactly the same now. Neither of them... 1 drone at trutacz's natural. We are going to see an engagement here. trutacz has a really nice spread. It's going to be harder for eonzerg to push in here, but trutacz's lings aren't actually engaging fully. Could eonzerg actually break through here? There's so much blood on the floor. The lings break through. He goes for a really nice surround on the final remaining lings, and eonzerg could actually do some insane damage here. The mutas have popped out, which will allow him to clean up these lings, but there's no sunken in the main. 1 drone goes down, 2 drones go down, and a 3rd one goes down, a 4th one, a 5th one. eonzerg doing an insane amount of damage here. 7 drones have been taken down, only 2 remain, and this could actually be the end of trutacz. eonzerg sending in a lot of Scourge as well, opting not to go for the earlier Mutalist, going for the Scourge first. trutacz is going to have to do some damage with these Mutalisks. He's so far behind now. He's down to just 2 drones at his main, and none at his natural. He can't even make another drone. His mining is that slow. The Mutalisks do come out, but they're going to have trouble. He needs to micro perfectly. 1 Scourge does go down, 1 Muta goes down, another goes down. A Scourge hits both. CVC airballs are so hard to commentate. Another Scourge is left alive. A Scourge actually goes off on the Muta there. trutacz with the better Mutalist micro here, but there may just be too much mining and too much macro power coming from eonzerg here. 2 very badly damaged Mutalisks do fall back, and he has actually opted to add 2 extra lings to try and finish this off. But 2 lings of eonzerg meanwhile going into the base, and if they kill both of these lings, both these drones even, the drones of eonzerg do get pulled to close off those. trutacz losing his last remaining drones before even getting 50 minerals to build another one. is forced to GG, and that puts eonzerg 1-0 up in this set. ZVZ is so fun. I do not understand it at all. It's absolutely crazy. Let's see, what was the one before? Oh, he said 1 sec. So one thing, trutacz is probably checking the replay. I'm gonna whisper eonzerg because I better not. I'll do it after the game because I was really impressed with how well he timed everything there. Like he was milliseconds ahead of trutacz the whole time there, and his link control absolutely decimated the army of trutacz there at the end. That was really crazy. I'm gonna just post that I'm casting this in the Foreign Brood War channel. Okay, so just popping that in there. We're just waiting for trutacz to come out of his game, and then what we can do is we can jump in as well. My cat's just jumped up to see probably why I'm screaming at the top of my voice at my screen. She's come up for a little bit of a cuddle. Hopefully she lays down and then I can wrap my arm around to get to the mouse. Just waiting here for trutacz. Okay, why can't I click on Discord? There we go. Let's have a quick check what's going on Sham2's stream, just while we wait for trutacz, because he is still checking the replay. I think he's probably checking how well everything was timed out from both players. Probably checking where he made the mistake. Interesting that in online...
And now he's giving up!
Oops. Yeah, I don't want to play the sound. It looks like Dandy is playing against Bonith on Outsider on the first map. That's kind of insane. It's a really good map for both sides actually. Oh, apparently Lancer X was looking to cast, but I jumped in this other game, so I guess there's not too much you can do. It looks like, without spoiling too much, Dandy is doing a really good job of pushing into Bonith. I'm not sure how that's going to end, although I guess you can see that they're back in the channel. So yeah, it looks like the push from Dandy was just too much for Bonith to hold. We're still waiting for trutacz to come back. He must be really analysing this replay, like analysing the shit out of this replay right now. I really hope I turned my microphone back on. I think I did. Yeah, I did. It's all good. I always worry. Like, Sham2 is actually up to 353 viewers. If you count my 2 viewers, the tournament overall has 355 viewers, which is really good, so good for him. I did want to cast a lot more games, but I only actually managed to get into one previous to this, which was Dandy and the STC, which was also really fun, because the STC, obviously a former Brood War B teamer. I think he got into the A team right at the end of, like, modern professional Brood War, should we say. Let's quickly join this game before they start without me, because the last thing I want to do is not cast the semi-final. There we go, the game is up. My cat is now laying in front of me for a little bit of moral support. I'm going to make this better. I need to quickly join the observer slot. There was no lag, which is really good. As you can see in custom games, eonzerg doing really well. 47 wins, 16 losses. trutacz with the 50 wins, 27 losses. So losing a few more games here, but here we are in the second game. This is back on Neo Jade. There is a roll in Have At You, which... I mean, I don't really like this name because I don't know, but it's called the Salty Runback. Basically, if the map is not banned, the loser may choose the previous map that's already been played, and that's perfectly fine. So we're back on Neo Jade in the exact same positions, although we are reversed. So this time, in the top right, in the top 2 o'clock position, we do have trutacz, and then down in the bottom right hand corner of your screen in the 5 o'clock position we do have eonzerg. Now, Brown. Brown Zerg is very hard to spot if, like, the quality's low, so I hope you can see... Faust, wow, that's really mean. That is so mean, actually. But whoever wins out of this set, of course, will go up to the finals, and they will face either Bonneth or Dandy Terran. So we could see a PVZ, or we may see a TVZ for the finals. Either way, there is a guaranteed Zerg in the top two. Once again, if we look, are they both doing the exact same builds? Yes, they are. How well is this going to be timed out this time? Last time they both went overpool, it looks like they're going to be doing a very similar thing here. Both of them actually starting their drones at nearly the exact same time, but eonzerg ever so slightly faster. Trutacz will add his spawning pool now. Let's have a look back here. Wow, okay, so here the builds are actually going to diversify. Last game they both went overpool into speed, then into hatchery, but this time eonzerg, feeling possibly a little bit more confident about the way Trutacz plays, is going to go into an 11 hatch, or 12 hatch I would imagine. So eonzerg going for the more greedy build, as it were, hoping that Trutacz won't actually know where he is, but unfortunately for eonzerg, his first Overlord's actually going to run straight into the first Overlord of Trutacz. Although the good thing to come out of this is he will see this hatchery coming up as well. So the spawning pool nearly done now for Trutacz. Meanwhile, the spawning pool only about a third of the way done on the other side of the map here. So if Trutacz will have a very nice timing here, if he can time out his lings well enough, where he can get in and do some damage before the lings can actually defend. eonzerg putting his guys straight in gas. Of course, Trutacz was mining his gas a little bit quicker, knowing the fact he didn't have his hatchery. I believe that could be ling speed. He did spend the 100 gas straight away, so I would have to guess that would be ling speed in this scenario. And we're going to see, are we going to see ling speed from eonzerg? Yes, we are. The second he got the right amount of gas, he did throw that down. So really good timing once again by both players. You can see why they're both very, very good, and you can see why eonzerg's ZVZ is absolutely incredible. As you can see here, though, as I said before, the lings have come out, and look, if he can get a position on top of the ramp, it doesn't look like he made it there fast enough. And meanwhile, it is 8 Zerglings versus 6. Can eonzerg actually get a trap on the 6lings of Trutacz? The 2 lings actually come in reserve. A hit does go down on one of the lings, but that's probably going to regen before the actual fight begins, so that's not going to matter too much. Both players just trying to jostle for position. eonzerg can't lose this hatchery. His hatchery is quicker, but he can't afford to lose it. Trutacz's hatchery has finished. Another train of Zerglings does come down. Will this come down to eonzerg not building enough lings to defend? Or are we going to see a repeat almost of the previous game as well, where Trutacz uses a better positioning? Well, eonzerg used it there, but is eonzerg actually going to have that happen to him? But once again, look at this amazing concave by eonzerg. That's actually managed to get really nice hits off on the lings of Trutacz. Ling speed is finished for both players. The lair is finished as well for both. Are they going to add the spire? eonzerg spire does start now. Trutacz spire actually delayed, so Spire is going to be much earlier, and look how many lings that eonzerg actually has. They're going to trap the lings. Oh wow, he's even camping the eggs. 4 more lings actually come up from the main, and this is going to have to force eonzerg's lings back. Zerglings back, even. Zerglings, that's pretty cool. ZVZ is just on a complete and utter knife edge. Back in Trutacz's base, his spire is a 1/6 of the way done. Meanwhile, half of the way done is eonzerg's spire, so eonzerg once again having the faster spire timing, but this time it is a lot faster where he did get that second hatchery to have that extra lava, so he was able to get an extra drone, I believe. He's fallen back. He's using his lings on the top of his ramp. He's trying to pull back his overlords now as well. He's seen the spire timing. He knows he's got a better spire timing than Trutacz does, and now he needs to try and get these overlords as far back as possible and hide them from the eventual Mulus and Scourge if he can. Trutacz doing the exact same thing, but Trutacz only actually sending out 1 overlord. One thing to note, is eonzerg actually sent 2 of his overlords out, which gave him a much better scout on the map, so he knew exactly how many lings were coming and where they'd be coming from. Yeah, I must admit I didn't think he was going to come out ahead either. He does have a lot more lings now, but eonzerg of course does have the positioning. He's also got the high ground as well. I'm not sure where the high ground actually begins here, but you can see one of the problems with the inverse ramps again. It's not as noticeable in Brood War because the textures are a little bit sort of blurry anyway. But eonzerg needs to be careful here. He's not got the superior link numbers. He needs to pull back. He's got a really nice position on the top end of that engagement, and I believe he's actually come out ahead again. He needs to be careful though. Trutacz is actually just going to run straight round. There's not enough links here to defend. He needs to pull back. He's going up for a full-on counterattack. Does he have... Oh no, there's about 8 links popping into his base with speed. Is he going to be able to defend? Meanwhile, back at Trutach's base, Eon is actually going to move forward. How is the defense? He pulls his drones away, but then sends them straight back. I fear he may have sent them back too early. But look, eonzerg has more lings. How is trutacz going to respond? He's drilling his drones, but he gets a lot of lings there, so not too much damage actually done by eonzerg. In comparison to the last game, the first 2 Scourge are out, but once again, eonzerg has more lings. All of the drones are actually stacked up. They're in a perfect place to be attacked by the lings, but look at this defense! All the drones firing at once. I believe 2 drones died from trutacz, but once again, the supply advantage does actually go to eonzerg. So eonzerg somehow coming ahead in that. 2 Scourge actually kiss with 2 Scourge there. So, well, yeah, the Scourge kiss. Actually, yeah, 1 Scourge kills another Scourge. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, Scourge kissing. It does make you wonder how they reproduce. That would be quite a deadly endeavor. eonzerg still trying to send a few lings here and there into the base of trutacz, trying to do any damage that he can. It also keeps the Mutalisk busy. Oh, a Scourge goes down and hits a Mutalisk as well, so really nice pick-off. He needs to be careful though, there are 6 Scourge. How is his Mutalisk micro? He's shown it's good in ZVT, but how is his ZVT micro? Wait, did that Scourge go off? Yeah, so he actually got hit by 2 Scourge there, so not great. He does manage to kill a drone though. Another 8 Scourge coming in from behind. eonzerg needs to be incredibly careful. He's trying to move in. Can he snipe the Mutalisk? He gets 1 drone. Oh, he's seen all the Scourge. He needs to try and juke away from them. Oh, he takes hits from 4 of them and actually loses 2 Mutalisks. But there's no Mutalisks left for trutacz. The 2, I believe that's 3 Mutalisks left in his main, are going to be able to go to town entirely on the drones. Only 4 drones remain. 9 supply, 14 for trutacz. He's going to have to fall back against these Scourge, but look at his micro. He's doing so well here. Does lose a Mutalisk, but he kills the last Scourge again. And once again, trutacz finding himself only on 1 drone. Actually, no, that's 2 drones. Oh, another 2 Scourge goes down, and GG is called. eonzerg does go up 2-0 in an incredible series and will go straight into the final against either Bonneth or Dandy Terran. That was actually really impressive micro by eonzerg. That was, like, CBZ, as I said before, is just absolutely crazy. I'm gonna whisper eonzerg. Okay, so all I can really do now is host up Shamtu, who is going to be, he's still casting the second semi-final. That's between Dandy Terran and Bonneth, a really nice PvT there. So if you head on over there, and I will be back next week with my newest Clash of Char. So have a good weekend, everyone. I've got a nice 3 days off work as well this week, so I'm going to be streaming quite a bit. So hopefully you can tune in and enjoy. And I will see you guys next time.